The birth of wine. Introduction to wine. Wine, a journey through history and culture. Welcome to the fascinating world of wine. Wine is not just a drink, it's a journey through history and a celebration of cultures. For thousands of years, people all over the world have enjoyed wine. From ancient times to modern days, wine has been a part of human life, in celebrations, in cuisine, and in our daily moments of relaxation. What is wine? Simply put, wine is a drink made from fermented grapes. But it's much more than that. There are many types of wine: red, white, rosé, and even sparkling wine. Each type has its own unique taste, color, and way of making. Red wine is made from dark-colored grape varieties and is known for its rich flavors. White wine, made from green or yellow grapes, is usually lighter in taste. Rosé, with its beautiful pink color, is made by leaving the grape skins to mix with the juice for a short time. And sparkling wine, like champagne, has bubbles and is often associated with celebrations. The importance of wine. Wine is important in many cultures around the world. It's often a symbol of friendship, love, and joy. In some countries, making and drinking wine is a part of traditions and celebrations. For example, in France and Italy, wine is a key part of meals and family gatherings. In these countries, knowing about wine is as common as knowing about food. Why people love wine? People love wine for many reasons. Each type of wine has its own special flavor, which can change depending on where and how the grapes were grown. This is why wine from one region can taste very different from wine from another region, even if it's made from the same type of grape. Also, wine can be a fun way to explore new tastes and learn about different cultures. Tasting wine is like going on an adventure. You can discover new flavors, smells, and stories with every glass. A drink to enjoy and share. Wine is a drink to be enjoyed slowly and with friends. It's about sharing stories, enjoying good food, and making memories. Whether you're celebrating a special occasion or just enjoying a quiet evening, wine can make it more special. In this story, we will explore the wonderful world of wine. We will learn about how it's made, the different types of wine, and the cultures that surround this delightful drink. Get ready to embark on a journey that will take you through vineyards, into wineries, and across the globe, all in the name of discovering the magic of wine. The winemaking process. From grape to glass, the art of making wine. As we dive into the world of wine, it's fascinating to understand how a simple grape transforms into the delightful drink we know as wine. The process of making wine is an art, combining tradition, science, and a bit of magic. The journey begins in the vineyard. It all starts in a vineyard, where grapes are grown. Vineyards are special fields just for growing grapes. The type of soil, the amount of sun, and the climate all affect how the grapes taste. There are many kinds of grapes, and each kind makes a different type of wine. For example, Cabernet Sauvignon grapes are used for a popular red wine, while Chardonnay grapes make a well-known white wine. Harvesting, picking the grapes. The first big step in making wine is the harvest. This is when the grapes are picked from the vine. Harvesting can be done by hand or with machines. The timing is important. Pick the grapes too early or too late, and the wine won't taste the same. Winemakers decide the perfect time to pick based on the sugar and acidity levels in the grapes. Fermentation, turning grapes into wine. After harvesting, the grapes are taken to a winery. Here, they are crushed to release the juice. For red wine, the grape skins are kept with the juice. For white wine, the skins are removed. Then comes fermentation. This is when yeast is added to the grape juice. The yeast eats the sugar in the juice and turns it into alcohol and carbon dioxide. This process can take a few weeks to a few months. Aging, developing the flavors. Once fermentation is done, the wine is often aged. This means it's left to sit in barrels or tanks for a period of time. The type of barrel, usually oak, can add different flavors to the wine. Aging can last from a few months to several years. During this time, the wine develops its full flavors and aromas. Clarification, making the wine clear. After aging, the wine might look a little cloudy. It has tiny particles from the grapes and fermentation. To make the wine clear and bright, it goes through a process called clarification. In this step, the winemakers remove any unwanted particles. They might use filters or let the particles settle at the bottom and then gently pour the clear wine into another container. Bottling, the wine's new home. The next step is bottling. The clarified wine is poured into bottles. Each bottle is sealed, usually with a cork or a screw cap. The type of seal can affect how the wine tastes over time. Labels are added to the bottles, giving information like the type of wine, where it was made, and the year of production. Maturation, the waiting game. Some wines are ready to drink as soon as they are bottled. Others need to mature. This means they are stored for months or even years to let their flavors develop more. During this time, the wine changes inside the bottle. The way it tastes can become smoother, richer, or more complex. From the winery to your glass. Finally, the wine is ready to be shipped from the winery to stores and restaurants. From here, it finds its way to your glass. Each bottle of wine tells a story of where it came from, the grapes it was made from, and the care that went into making it. A world of flavors to explore. The winemaking process is a beautiful blend of nature and craftsmanship. It's amazing how the same type of grape can make different wines just by changing the way it's grown, fermented, aged, and bottled. This is why exploring wine is so exciting. Each wine has its own unique taste and story. Exploring wine regions. A tour of the world's famous wine regions. Wine is made all over the world, and each region has its own special way of making it. In this part of our journey, we'll visit some of the most famous wine regions. These places are known for their beautiful vineyards and delicious wines. Bordeaux, France, a classic wine region. Our first stop is Bordeaux in France. Bordeaux is one of the most well-known wine regions in the world. It's famous for its red wines, which are often a blend of different grapes. The main grapes used here are Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot. Bordeaux wines are known for their deep flavors and ability to age well. If you visit Bordeaux, you'll see rolling hills covered with vineyards and historic wineries. Napa Valley, USA, a new world wine leader. Next, we travel to Napa Valley in California, USA. Napa Valley is a part of the new world of wine regions. Unlike the Old World regions in Europe, New World regions like Napa Valley are newer to winemaking. But they have quickly become famous. Napa Valley is known for its Cabernet Sauvignon, Chardonnay, and other wines. The region's sunny climate and diverse soils make it perfect for growing high-quality grapes. Tuscany, Italy, a blend of tradition and beauty. Then we visit Tuscany in Italy. Tuscany is famous for its picturesque landscapes and its wine, especially Chianti. Chianti is made primarily from the Sangiovese grape and is known for its bright, fruity flavor. Tuscany is also home to Super Tuscan wines, which are made from non-traditional grapes for the region. These wines blend local and international grapes, creating unique flavors. Rioja, Spain, a region rich in history. We venture next to Rioja, one of Spain's oldest and most prestigious wine regions. We venture next to Rioja, one of Spain's oldest and most prestigious wine regions. Known primarily for its red wines, Rioja produces wines that are a blend, with the main grape being Tempranillo. These wines are celebrated for their balance of fruit and oak flavors, often achieved through careful aging in oak barrels. The vineyards of Rioja, set against the backdrop of the Cantabrian Mountains, add to the region's charm and beauty. Barossa Valley, Australia, bold and innovative. From Europe, we travel to Barossa Valley in Australia. This region is famous for its bold Shiraz wines. Australian Shiraz from Barossa Valley is known for its rich, full-bodied flavor, often with hints of chocolate and spice. The warm climate of Barossa Valley is ideal for growing the Shiraz grape, allowing it to develop a deep, intense flavor. Barossa Valley represents the innovation and spirit of Australian winemaking, combining traditional methods with new ideas. Stellenbosch, South Africa, a fusion of old and new. Our final stop is Stellenbosch in South Africa. This region is one of the most prominent in Africa for wine production. Stellenbosch is known for its diverse range of wines, including reds like Cabernet Sauvignon and Merlot, and whites like Chenin Blanc and Sauvignon Blanc. The unique climate, influenced by the Atlantic and Indian Oceans, creates ideal conditions for growing a variety of grapes. Stellenbosch is a blend of old and new, where traditional winemaking techniques meet modern innovation. A world of wine to discover. These regions, each with their unique climates, soils, and traditions, show the diversity and richness of the wine world. From the classic wines of Bordeaux to the innovative blends of Barossa Valley and the scenic vineyards of Stellenbosch, each region offers a unique story and taste experience. Understanding wine varieties. Exploring the world through different types of wine. In this part of our story, we'll explore the different varieties of wine. Each type of wine has its own unique flavor, color, and story. Understanding these varieties helps us appreciate the diversity and richness of the wine world. Chardonnay, the versatile white wine. Let's start with Chardonnay, one of the most popular white wines. Chardonnay grapes grow in different climates, from cool to warm, which affects the wine's flavor. In cooler regions, Chardonnay tends to have flavors of green apple and citrus. In warmer areas, it tastes more like tropical fruits. Chardonnay can be crisp and fresh or rich and creamy, depending on how it's made. Merlot, a smooth red wine. Next, we have Merlot, a red wine loved for its smooth texture. Merlot is often used as an introduction to red wine because of its soft, easy-to-drink style. It typically has flavors of black cherry and herbs. Merlot grapes grow well in both cool and warm climates, which makes this wine quite versatile. It pairs well with many foods, making it a favorite at dinner tables. Cabernet Sauvignon, the king of reds. Cabernet Sauvignon is often called the king of red wines. It's known for its deep color and complex flavors. This wine usually tastes of black currant, with hints of cedar and spice. It can be quite powerful and is often aged in oak barrels to add richness and smoothness. Cabernet Sauvignon is a popular choice for special occasions and is well loved by wine enthusiasts. Pinot Noir, elegance in a glass. Pinot Noir is a red wine that is highly prized for its delicate and elegant flavors. It's one of the oldest grape varieties and is notoriously difficult to grow, requiring a cool climate and careful attention. Pinot Noir wines have flavors of red fruits like cherries and raspberries, often with a hint of earthiness. This wine is known for its lighter body and smooth finish, making it a favorite among those who prefer a more subtle red wine. Sauvignon Blanc, crisp and refreshing. Sauvignon Blanc is a popular white wine known for its crisp, refreshing taste. It often has flavors of green apple, lime, and fresh herbs. This wine is typically best enjoyed young and is perfect for a warm day. Sauvignon Blanc grapes thrive in cooler climates, and the wine is often seen as a reflection of the region where it's grown, showcasing the local terroir beautifully. Shiraz or Syrah, bold and spicy. Shiraz, also known as Syrah, is a red wine that offers bold flavors and a robust body. It's known for its spicy and dark fruit flavors, often with a hint of smokiness. Shiraz or Syrah can vary significantly based on where it's grown. In cooler climates, it tends to be more medium-bodied with higher acidity, while in warmer regions, it's fuller-bodied with ripe fruit flavors. Exploring the diversity of wine. Each of these wine varieties, from the elegant Pinot Noir to the zesty Sauvignon Blanc and the bold Shiraz or Syrah, brings its own unique qualities to the world of wine. They reflect the diversity of climates, soils, and winemaking traditions across the globe. Wine tasting and pairings. The art of enjoying wine. Discovering how to taste and pair wines is an exciting part of exploring the world of wine. This section will guide you through the basics of wine tasting and give tips on pairing wine with food. How to taste wine, a simple guide. Tasting wine is about more than just drinking. It's about experiencing the flavors, aromas, and textures. Here's a simple way to taste wine. Look, observe the color and clarity of the wine. Is it deep and dark, or light and clear? The color can give you clues about the type of wine and its age. Swirl, gently swirl the wine in your glass. This helps release the wine's aromas. Smell, put your nose close to the glass and take a deep breath. Try to identify different smells. Do you smell fruits, spices, or maybe something like wood or grass? Taste, take a small sip and let it roll around in your mouth. Notice the flavors and how the wine feels. Is it smooth, dry, sweet, or acidic? Think about the aftertaste as well. Pairing wine with food, enhancing flavors. Pairing wine with food is about matching the flavors of the wine with the flavors of the food. A good pairing can make both the wine and the food taste better. Here are some basic tips. Red wines often pair well with heavier dishes like red meat or rich sauces. For example, a Cabernet Sauvignon goes well with steak. White wines are great with lighter foods like chicken, fish, or salads. A Chardonnay can be lovely with grilled chicken. Sweet wines work well with spicy food or dessert. A sweet Riesling can balance the heat of spicy Asian food. Enhancing the wine experience. Continuing our journey into the art of enjoying wine, we delve into the best practices for serving and storing wine, ensuring each bottle is enjoyed at its best. Serving wine, the right temperature matters. Serving wine at the right temperature is important to bring out its best flavors and aromas. Red wines are best served slightly below room temperature, around 60 to 65 degrees Fahrenheit, 15 to 18 degrees Celsius. If red wine is too warm, the alcohol can overpower the flavors. White wines and roses are refreshing when chilled, ideally between 50 to 60 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 to 15 degrees Celsius. But if they're too cold, you might miss some of the flavors. Sparkling wines, like champagne, are usually served well chilled, around 45 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit, 7 to 10 degrees Celsius. Storing wine, keeping it perfect for later. Storing wine correctly is key to maintaining its quality. Here are some tips. Keep it cool. Store wine in a cool, dark place. Too much heat or light can spoil the wine. Sideways is best. If the bottle has a cork, store it on its side. This keeps the cork moist and prevents it from drying out and letting air in, which could spoil the wine. Steady temperature. Try to keep the wine at a consistent temperature. Frequent changes can harm the wine. The joy of sharing wine. Wine is often best enjoyed when shared. Whether it's a special occasion or a simple meal with friends, sharing a bottle of wine can make any moment more memorable. By understanding the basics of tasting, pairing, serving, and storing wine, you can enhance these experiences, making every sip a celebration of the rich and diverse world of wine. In this section, we've explored the practical aspects of wine enjoyment, from tasting and pairing to serving and storage. These tips aim to enhance the appreciation of wine, making every bottle a journey of discovery and pleasure. The culture and enjoyment of wine. Wine in society and tradition. Wine is more than just a beverage, it's a part of many cultures and traditions around the world. In this section, we will explore the role of wine in society and how it is enjoyed in different cultures. Wine is a symbol of celebration. In many parts of the world, wine is a symbol of celebration and joy. It is often part of important events like weddings, anniversaries, and religious ceremonies. For example, in Italy and France, wine is central to family gatherings and festive meals. In these countries, sharing a bottle of wine is a way of bringing people together and creating a warm, friendly atmosphere. Wine and health, a balanced approach. Wine, especially red wine, has been known to have health benefits when consumed in moderation. It contains antioxidants, which can be good for your heart. However, it's important to remember that wine should be enjoyed responsibly. Drinking too much can be harmful to your health. In many cultures, enjoying wine is about savoring the flavors and the experience, not about how much you drink. The social aspect of wine. Wine is often enjoyed in social settings. In wine bars, tasting rooms, and at home with friends and family, wine can be a great way to connect with others. People often talk about the flavors of the wine, their preferences, and share stories. This social aspect of wine drinking adds to its enjoyment and helps build community and friendship. Wine and gastronomy. Wine plays a significant role in the culinary world. It's not just about drinking, it's about pairing the right wine with the right food to enhance the taste of both. In countries like Spain and Portugal, there is a tradition of tapas or small dishes, where each dish is often accompanied by a specific type of wine. This combination of food and wine allows for a journey through flavors and traditions. Wine is a reflection of history and tradition. Wine is deeply rooted in history. Many wineries and vineyards have been around for centuries, and they tell stories of the past. In regions like the Rhine Valley in Germany or the Douro Valley in Portugal, wine has been part of the local culture for generations. Visiting these places is like stepping into history, where each sip tells a story of the land and its people. The art of winemaking. Winemaking itself is an art form, passed down through generations. It reflects the culture, climate, and spirit of the place where it's made. In wine-producing regions, the art of winemaking is a source of pride and identity. For instance, in Chile and Argentina, winemaking has become an integral part of national identity, showcasing their dedication to quality and tradition. Wine, a universal language. Wine has a unique way of crossing cultural barriers. It's enjoyed in so many different countries and settings, and it brings people together. Whether it's a glass of Shiraz in Australia, a bottle of Prosecco in Italy, or a tasting of Napa Valley's finest, wine creates shared experiences and lasting memories. Conclusion. The World of Wine: A Journey of Discovery. Reflecting on the wonders of wine. As we reach the conclusion of our journey through the world of wine, it's clear that wine is much more than a simple beverage. It's a window into different cultures, a connector of people, and an art form that combines nature with human creativity. A blend of science, art, and nature. Wine is a fascinating blend of science, art, and nature. From the careful cultivation of grapes to the meticulous process of fermentation and aging, each step in making wine is a testament to the skill and dedication of winemakers. This process not only creates a variety of flavors and styles, but also reflects the unique characteristics of each region where wine is produced. A global tapestry of flavors and stories. Throughout this story, we've explored the diverse world of wine. We've seen how different regions, from the rolling hills of Tuscany to the sun-drenched valleys of Napa, contribute their own distinctive notes to the global tapestry of wine. Each variety, from the robust Cabernet Sauvignon to the delicate Pinot Noir, tells its own story and offers a glimpse into the traditions and tastes of its homeland. An invitation to explore and enjoy. For wine enthusiasts and novices alike, the world of wine is an endless journey of discovery. There's always a new flavor to experience, a new pairing to try, and a new story to uncover. Wine is an invitation to explore, to taste, and to connect with the rich heritage and vibrant cultures that make up our world. A toast to the joy of wine. As we conclude, let's raise a glass to the world of wine, a world that delights the senses, enriches our meals, and brings us together in shared enjoyment. Whether you're sipping a glass at a family dinner, toasting at a celebration, or exploring the vineyards of a distant country, wine offers a way to celebrate the moments that make life special.